Stand clear of the closing doors, please.
2007 Fox Radio check.
2007 Fox Radio check.
Alright, I'll do that.
Two 2003 B Kings Highway to Continental Radio check.
2003.
That's copy.
This is 86th Street. This is a Manhattan-bound R train. The next stop is 77th Street.
Stand clear of the closing doors, please.
Two 2003 Victor, requesting departure out of Kings Highway.
2003 50 depart out of Kings Highway.
Where?
This is
18th Avenue.
77th Street. This is a Manhattan-bound R train. The next stop is Bay Ridge Avenue.
Stand clear of the closing doors, please.
This is Bay Ridge Avenue. This is a Manhattan-bound R train. The next stop is 59th
That's Romeo Bay
Street.
Ridge Avenue. That's Sky. He's gonna call back.
Stand clear of the closing doors, please.
This is 59th Street. Transfers available to the N trains. This is a Manhattan-bound R train. The next stop is
As a Romeo
53rd
59th
Street.
That's Skype using the call back at 36.
Stand clear of the closing doors, please.
Two 2007 Fox correct the lineup better than well.
2007 Fox made the part out of Cody and still elaborate with this callback at Appleback's.
Copy.
This is 53rd Street. This is a Manhattan-bound R train. The next stop is 45th Street.
Stand clear of the closing doors, please.
This is 45th Street. This is a Manhattan-bound R train. The next stop is 36th Street.
Stand clear of the closing doors, please.
Oh, my mic is unmuted. Kings Highway 20, 2003.
You mean 18th Avenue?
I meant 18th Avenue. Yeah.
18th Avenue for the 2003 video. That's not a call back to Church Avenue.
Church Avenue.
This is 36th Street. Transfer is available to the D and N trains. This is a Manhattan-bound R train. The next stop is 25th Street.
Stand clear of the closing
Sorry,
doors,
2000
please.
Romeo 36th Street at Skype using the call back at Atlantic Avenue Pacific.
So, 2011 Victory request lineup out of Kings Highway
2011 Victor made depart out of Kings Highway. Please give me a call at 18th Avenue.
Copy 18th.
Two 2007th Avenue West.
This is
Skip over it.
25th Street.
2007 Fox Avenue exit Academy. Push for over express line up. Let's call it Kings Highway.
Copy.
This is a Manhattan-bound R train. The next stop is
Church
Prospect
Avenue, 2003.
Stand clear
Church
of the
Avenue,
closing
2003
doors,
Victor,
please.
that's copy. Please give me a call back at 7th Avenue.
7th Avenue.
Out of 95th on the R, calling it.
2012 Romeo 9050 Continental. Radio check left.
This is Prospect Avenue.
2012 Romeo made depart out of 95th Street. Please call back at 59th Street.
10-4.
This is a Manhattan-bound R train. The next stop is 4th Avenue, 9th Street.
Stand clear of the closing doors, please.
Two 2007 Kings Highway.
2007 Fox Kings Highway. It's about express next call back is 18th Avenue.
Copy.
This is 4th Avenue, 9th Street. Transfer is available to the
2014 Foxtrot is calling in for radio check and is ready to depart Cognac School Avenue.
2014 Fox Radio check landing 30. You made depart Coney Island when ready. Just give me a call back at Avenue X.
Copy for Avenue X.
This is a Manhattan-bound R train. The next stop is Union Street.
Stand clear of the closing doors, please.
This is Union Street. This is a Manhattan-bound R train. The next stop is Atlantic Avenue, Pacific Street.
Stand clear of the closing doors, please.
Seventh Avenue, 2003.
This is Atlantic Avenue, Pacific Street. Transfer is available to the 2, 3, 4, 5, B, D, N, and Q trains. Connection is available to the Long Island Railroad.
18th Avenue, 2007.
This is a Manhattan-bound
Avenue,
R
2000
train.
2007
The next stop is
copy.
DeKalb Avenue.
For connection with the 2011 Victor.
Stand clear of the closing doors, please.
Yeah.
Sorry, 18.
2007 Fox. Right. Connection stops between the 2007 Fox and 2011 Victor. Both trains may close down and proceed. Your next callback. Both trains will be Church Avenue.
Copy, Church.
Atlantic Preston Bridge for the 2000 Romeo. That's a copy. Please give me a call back at Decop Interlocking X116. Three Victor, disregard the callback from Bergen Street. Call me back straight at J Street Borough Hall.
J Street.
Fox Radio.
2021 Fox, Radio Check Rapid Clear.
2012, Romeo out of 95th calling back at 59.
2012 Romeo 59 Street, copies of the clock at 36th Street.
10-4.
This is DeKalb Avenue. Transfer is available to the Q train.
Smith 9 Continental Radio Check Rapid Clear.
This is a Manhattan-bound R train via the B line. The next stop is Grand Street.
Church Avenue, 2007.
Church Avenue for the 2007 Fox, that's copies of the call back at 7th Avenue.
Copy.
Avenue X was 14 Foxtrot Press.
Avenue X for the 14 Fox, that's a copy. Push for Cobra Express lineup. The next call back will be Kings Highway.
Copy.
Golf, if you haven't, you can made part from 4th Avenue Night Street Relay. Call me back when you got doors open at Smith and 9. As a Romeo X116, that's a copy. May switch over to Manhattan Tower House trip.
2000 Romeo for X116. That is a copy. 671 at X Grand Street.
This is a Queens-bound R train via the F line. The next stop is Broadway
Not
Lafayette
for Grand Street,
Street.
next Quebec's West 4th.
Stand clear of the closing doors, please.
23 Victor, York Street.
3 Victor, York Street, that is a copy. Next call back is going to be... Send it to 2nd Avenue.
Second that.
This is a Queens-bound R train via the F line. The next stop is West 4th Street, Washington Square.
Please.
Stand clear of the closing doors, please.
West 4th Street, Washington Square. Transfer is available to the A, C, D, E, F, and M trains.
This is an accessible station. The elevator is at the center of the platform.
This is a Queens-bound R train via the F line. The next stop is
2000 Romeo for West 4th, that's a copy of local lineup. Next call, XB 34th Herald Square.
Stand clear of the closing doors, please.
Fox is at shot one panel.
Pain is absolutely mandatory for you, brother. You know the drill. 15 miles an hour to your next stop, East Broadway.
Rob.
This is 14th Street.
Transfer is available to the 1, 2, 3, and L trains. Transfer is also available to the M14 Select Bus Service. Connection is available to the path.
This is a Queens-bound R train via the F line. The next
I just left
23rd
2nd Avenue,
Street.
2003 Victor.
2nd Avenue, just departed 2nd Avenue. You didn't make it all the way out of the station.
Closing doors, please.
The butt of my train was still in the station when I left. I mean, when I called in. I'm approaching Broadway Lafayette. I was technically still in the station.
Technically, you caught at the very least, so you lost 2nd Avenue, but it's not too bad that you could technically completely missed it. You should have called it when you stopped. I don't know what to call it, a strike or half a strike, but it is what it is. Go to West 4th.
Okay, West 4th.
Consider it a warning for now.
I will consider it a warning.
This is 23rd Street. Transfer to the M23 Select Bus Service. This is a Queens-bound R train via the F line. The next stop is 34th Street, Herald Square.
Stand clear of the closing doors, please.
Romeo 95th to 71st, calling at Decop Interlocking.
Decop Interlocking X116, that's a copy. Proceed over the bridge, let me know when you get to Grand Street.
Can you repeat that, please?
Grand Street.
Oh, okay, 10.
This is 34th Street, Herald Square. Transfer is available to the B, D, F, M, N, and Q trains. Transfer is available to the M34 Select Bus Service. Connection is available to the PATH trains. This is a Queens-bound R train
West
via
4th
the
Railway,
F
that is-
line.
We're the
next
20th
stop
Street, Victor.
is 42nd Street,
East
Bryant
Railway, that is a
Park.
copy. Speed restriction has been lifted. Next callback is going to be 2nd Avenue. As for the 2003 at West 4th, that's a copy. Your next callback is going to be 23rd Street.
23rd.
34th, that's a copy. Next callback, Stop at the Rock. 2003, disregard the 23rd callback. Next callback's 34th.
Copy 34.
This is 42nd Street, Bryant Park. Transfer is available to the 1, 2, 3, 7, B, D, F, M, N, Q, and W trains. Transfer is available to the shuttle to Grand Central. This is a Queens-bound R train via the F
2011
line.
Victor
The next stop
York
is
Street.
47
Victor-
50th Street, Rockefeller Center.
11 Victor for York Street, that is a copy. Your next
Stand
callback's
clear of
Delancey,
the
Essex.
closing doors, please.
Copy, Delancey, Essex.
2 minutes, brother.
Second Avenue, 2007.
2007 for 2nd Avenue. It's a copy. Let's go back to West 4th.
Copy.
This is 47th 50th Street, Rockefeller Center. Transfer is available to the B, D, F, and M trains. This is an accessible station. The elevator is at the center of the platform. This is a Queens-bound R train via the E line. The next stop is 5th Avenue, 53rd Street.
After top of the rock, next callback selects 53rd.
Stand clear of the closing doors, please.
.2038 Echo, you ready to depart? That is a copy. You have lined up at a World Trade Center. Next callbacks can be Canal Street.
Street, 2003, Victor.
2003 for 34th Herald Square. There's a copy. Next callback 47 to 50th Rockefeller Center.
Top of the
5th
rock.
Avenue, 53rd Street. Transfer is available to the E and F trains. This is a Queens-bound R train via the E line. The next stop is Lexington Avenue, 53rd Street.
Stand clear of the closing doors, please.
Victor.
11 for the LNTS. It's the copy. Next callback to next stop, 2nd Avenue.
Copy, 2nd Avenue, next stop.
.2014 is at York Street.
York Street, that's a copy. Next callback is going to be the Lansing Essex.
Copy.
This is Lexington Avenue, 53rd Street.
2038 for Canal Street. It's a copy. Next callback is West 4th.
2007 was 4.
07 West 4th. That's a copy. Next callback is 34th Street. Herald Square.
This is a Queens-bound R train via the E line. The next stop is Court Square,
Romeo for Lex at the
43rd Street.
copy. Proceed to Queens South. Further instructions. Thank you. Have a good night.
Stand clear of the closing doors, please.
The 2000 Romeo Lex 53rd to Coffee. Next call back Queens Plaza.
This is a Queens-bound R train via the E line. The next stop is Queens Plaza.
Stand clear of the closing doors, please.
Lexington Avenue, 53rd.
53rd for 2003 Victor at the top, and it's called back Queens Plaza.
Queens Plaza.
This is Queens Plaza. Transfer is available to the E and M trains. This is a Forest Hills 71st Avenue bound R train. The next stop is 36th
Queens Plaza,
Street.
2000 Romeo. That's the copy. Next callback
Stand
will
clear
be
of the closing doors,
Northern
please.
Boulevard.
This is 36th Street.
My callback was Court Square, Queens Plaza.
2003 Queens Plaza.
Queens Plaza, okay.
This is a Forest Hills 71st Avenue bound R train. The next stop is Dineway Street.
Stand clear of the closing doors, please.
2024 Golf. Yes, I acknowledge you. Entering Queens Tower. Greenpoint. Next callback, Court Square.
This is Dineway Street. This is a Forest Hills 71st Avenue bound R train. The next stop is 46th Street.
Stand clear of the closing doors, please.
Queens Plaza, 2003B.
Through Victor, Queens Plaza has a conflict for the local line. Your next callback is Steinway.
Steinway Street.
This is 46th Street. This is a Forest Hills 71st Avenue bound R train. The next stop is Northern Boulevard.
Stand clear of the closing doors, please.
And 24 Golf at Court Square. That is a copy. Next callback is your next stop, Queens Plaza.
This is Northern Boulevard. This is a Forest Hills 71st Avenue bound R train. The next stop
Northern
is
Boulevard, 29 Romeo. That is a
65th
copy. Next
Street.
callback, Jackson Heights Roosevelt.
Stand clear of the closing doors, please.
For Golf at Queens Plaza, that's a copy. Push for the local line for your next callback, Steinway Street.
Steinway Street, 2003 Victor.
This
Through Victor
is
Steinway, that is a copy.
65th
Next callback will be
Street. Copy, 65th.
This is a Forest Hills
2007
71st
Roosevelt
Avenue
Island.
bound R train. The next stop is
an 07 Fox, that is a
Jackson
copy. Next
Heights,
callback to the next stop,
Roosevelt
Queensbridge.
Stand
Stop.
clear of the closing doors, please.
This is Jackson Heights, Roosevelt Avenue. Transfer is available to the 7E and F trains.
2012.
Transfer is available to the Q33 and Q47 bus to LaGuardia Airport.
Plaza.
10-4.
This is a Forest Hills 71st Avenue bound R train. The next stop is Elmhurst Avenue.
Commander Romeo Jackson Heights, that is
Stand
the
clear of
copy.
the
Next call back
closing
Woodhaven
doors,
Boulevard.
please.
2007's at Queensbridge.
07 Fox to Queensbridge, that is the copy. Push for the express line. Your next call back is Jackson Heights, Roosevelt.
Copy.
This is Elmhurst Avenue. This is a Forest Hills 71st Avenue bound R train. The next stop is Grand Avenue, Newtown.
2024 Golf Steinway, that is a copy.
Stand
Next
clear
call
of
back
the
Northern
closing doors,
Boulevard.
please.
For golf calling back at
34 Golf at Greenpoint, that is a copy. Next call back Court Square.
Court Square, Temple.
$65th Street for the 2003.
Victor at 65th, that is a copy. Next call back to your next stop, Jackson Heights, Roosevelt.
Jackson Heights.
This is Grand Avenue, Newtown. This is a Forest Hills 71st Avenue bound
2038 Echo,
the
Lexington
next stop
53rd. Your next call back is
Woodhaven
Queens
Boulevard.
Plaza.
Stand clear of the closing doors, please.
Calling back at Queens Plaza.
Well, Romeo Queens Plaza has a copy. Push for the local line. Your next call back is 46th Street.
10-4.
Jackson Heights, Roosevelt Avenue, 2003B.
03 Victor, Jackson Heights, that's a copy. Push for the local line. Your next call back is Grand Avenue, Newtown.
Grand Avenue.
This is Woodhaven Boulevard.
'24 Golf Northern, that is a copy. Next call
This
back
is
Jackson
a
Heights,
Forest Hills
Roosevelt.
71st Avenue bound R train. The next stop is 63rd Drive, Rego Park.
Stand clear of the closing doors, please.
300 Romeo Woodhaven, that is a copy. Next call back to your last stop, Forest Hills 71st.
(2011) Victor, Lex 53rd.
1 Victor, Lexington 53rd, that is a copy. Next
Copy,
call back to
Court
your next
Square,
stop, Court Square 23rd.
Golf, come back at Court Square.
34 Golf Court Square, that is a copy. Next call back to your next stop, Queens Plaza.
Transfer is available to the Q72 bus to LaGuardia Airport.
This is a Forest Hills 71st Avenue bound R train.
07
The
Fox
next
Jackson
stop
Heights
is
Roosevelt, that is a copy. You're going to hold
67th
connection
Avenue.
for the 24 Golf, also because there's no
Stand
express
clear
traffic.
of the closing doors, please.
Copy.
Grand Avenue 2003.
Grand Avenue, Newtown, 03 Victor, that is a copy. Next call back, 63rd Drive.
63rd.
Alright, 2038 Echo at Queens Plaza. Push for express line. Your next callback will be Jackson Heights, Roosevelt. The 2024 Golf at Jackson Heights, Roosevelt connection established with the 2007 Fox. Both trains may close down. 2007 Fox, your next callback's Forest Hills 71st Avenue.
Copy.
2024 Golf, your next callback will be Woodhaven Boulevard.
34
This
Golf, come back
is
at Queens Plaza.
67th Avenue.
34 Golf, Queens Plaza, that is a copy. Push for a local lineup. Your next callback will be 46.
46, 10-4.
2011 Victor, you can disregard the callback of Court Square. Your next callback is Queens Plaza.
This is a
Queens
Forest
Plaza,
Hills
my
71st Avenue bound R train.
2011 Victor,
the
Queens
next
Plaza.
and last stop is
Copy, Queens
Forest
Plaza.
Hills 71st Avenue.
Stand clear of the closing doors, please.
14 Foxtrot at Roosevelt Island.
14 Fox at Roosevelt Island has a copy. Next callback to your next stop, Queensbridge.
Drive for Queensbridge.
Pulling back at 46.
Forest Hills 71st
Romeo
Avenue.
46th Street, that is a copy.
Transfer
Next
is
callback,
available
Jackson Heights,
to the
Roosevelt.
E and F
10-4.
trains.
This is the last stop on this train. Everyone, please leave the train. Thank you for riding with MTA
100
New
Romeo
York City
at
Transit.
Forest Hills as a copy. You can discharge your passengers. Push for the relay. Call back the relay.
63rd Street 2003.
Stand clear of the closing doors, please.
2003 Victor 63rd Drive, that is a copy. Next callback's your last stop, Forest Hills.
Forest Hills.
Queens Plaza, 11 Victor.
Alright, 2011 Victor at Queens Plaza, that is a copy. Push your local line if your next callback, Steinway.
Copy Steinway.
21st Street, Queensbridge at 2014.
2014 Fox at Queensbridge, that is a copy. Push the express line. Your next callback will be bypassing 65th Street.
Copy.
Alright, 23 at Echo Jackson Heights, that is a copy. Next callback is Forest Hills, 71st Avenue. The 2000 Romeo at D7 Relay, that is a copy. You can lock down your train. Thank you for your service. Have a good night.